Hello, my name is Bianco. In this video we will have a look at a slide from combatarmory.com. This is a Glock 19 slide. They sell quite many Glock style parts, and also R15. We see here on the table a couple bottles too. We're going to look at that in a while. So apparently those parts are made in USA. What we have here is a Glock 19 slide, basically with all the essentials what you need. You have the front serrations and the rearward, of course. Then you have the optics cut, RMR. There are no speed holes and slots and complex things in the slide where dirt could enter. So similar on the front side here, we have a nice engraved shield. If you wanna engrave some more, that is possible too. So this is a completely stripped slide, titanium nitride coated. I'm not sure exactly what kind of material they used, but it seems to be really well machined and all that. We have the front part nicely rounded off there too, and as we look at the details of the machining, hopefully the camera see that they did dehorn the parts that they machined in many cases there by the slide serrations as well. So it's really nicely done and all that optically. Then I did test out some of their bottles. They make different kind of Glock style bottles. The top one is for the 19, the other ones are for 17, with thread parts on it, here with the thread protector on it, and just plain ones. They say that those are match bottles, and I did have had so far no problems with accuracy at all. They work really well. The only thing is, as often by the nitride, there is some residue in the chamber, so you can clean that a bit out, that you don't have that much of a time until the gun actually works perfectly. If you want, you can shoot like 50 rounds, then it's gonna work too, or you clean it out first hand. So in this case we're gonna look a bit closer at the Glock 19 bottle. Just a standard non-threaded bottle, also black nitride finish, nothing special. We see there the caliber marking, and they offer also different finishes, goldish and other titanium coloring on it. I stick mainly with black, that is just standard. Then next thing what I did is simply insert the bottle into the slide, and there unfortunately we have quite some play. Hopefully the camera gonna see that. So I did test out the other bottles, even as those are Glock 17. You still can see how the lockup is. So this bottle has a bit more play in it than the others. So we see how that gonna work out. What is essential is basically the play left to right, and there we have not too much of a play there, so that should work pretty well. It's just front to back that has quite a bit of play. So we're gonna see how the accuracy is in that regards, and then we see further. Worst case, I need to get a different bottle. Then next point was to check the RMR cut. We see it's completely flat. I have two of those plates that I did try out, so the whole alignment should work, as the plate is in the fully forward position. So we see, unfortunately, we have quite a gap on the part here, so that has quite a bit of play too, and that cover plate, and the other one that I tested out came from other slides, and there they were way more snug into it than this here. So we will see how that gonna work. I don't plan to put an optic on this one. I just need the cover plate to cover it up there, but in case in the future if I wanna mount the optic, that we can do that. Then third point that I did check is the front and the rear sight. Let's start first with the front sight. I did make a video about Meprolight glow in the dark night sight version, and that's basically what I plan to use on this slide. That slide here was usually designed, planned on to be used with the Geissler 80% frame, but that is completely out of question for now. Another video on that matter gonna follow. So anyway, we put the front sight in. It fits relative easy in the hole there. That is a bit a good sign, because sometimes you need to remove material. But look how much play that front sight has, from all the way there to all the way there. So I think that is the biggest play that I ever had in a front sight at all. As I say, this is the Meprolight. Then we can use a regular PSA dagger front sight, just as an example. And we have exactly the same, so it's not the sights but the hole that we have there that is just overly big. We're gonna see how that's gonna work out. Then again we go back to the night sight, the rear sight of the Israeli brand. So usually you put it in from the left side. So I need to take that a bit off the camera so I can start, and we have this much of a starting point. That's all what it goes in. Usually it goes like 3 millimeter more in, like about this, so that as you use a side pusher, that you get it straight in. So the slot for the rear sight is unfortunately too tight. It's not the rear sight, but the slot, so that needs to be widened up with a file as well, that we can push that in. And again, as we go back to the PSA dagger sight, there we have it even worse. There it will not even go in much at all, because it's simply too wide there. So the rear sight is too tight, the front side is too wide. Again, we're gonna see how well that's gonna work out. I'm gonna assemble the rest of the parts, the extractor and all the small parts that I did not put that in there yet. I just used those couple parts that I did show to see a bit how that's gonna work, and I'm gonna put it in the description and in the comments how well the rest did go, and then we're gonna test shoot it tomorrow and see how well that goes. It's gonna go on a polymer 80 frame, because the Geissler is completely out. Separate video on that matter gonna follow. So yeah, its build quality looks really nice, but the fitting, the tolerances in certain parts, certain areas, at least on this sample, are not too well. The front sight, because it's too big, gonna be or could be a problem that if you have that much play there that the front side may lose because the screw is relatively small on the front side in the way how that Glock style is mounted. There you can't over tight it. It's gonna break relatively easy. So I may have to use a bit of JB weld just on the sides. So far for such applications that did work really well, but I would for sure have preferred to file the hole a bit bigger so that the front side can go in, instead of having such a big hole there where the front side could move that much. The armory cover is for me not that much of a problem. The rear side not much either. We can file that a bit bigger so that the rear side gonna fit. We're not gonna alter too much on the rear side because depending on the accuracy and all that, I may have to switch out the rear sides, and if we remove too much material on the rear side, it may not fit in a regular slide which has good tolerances in it. So we need to work on the slot on this slide. That's about that, and yeah, it's a bit 50-50, but that is how that is. That much about the combat armory slide and barrels.